Question 1. It's 3 parts. Each part is worth 1 mark, which means that actually it's neither right or wrong in terms of the way they will award the marks. Write these number of order of size. Start with the smallest number. So you have to compare these. Now, you have 52, 102, 25, 120, 55. I think you'll all agree that 25 there is the smallest. If you're not sure, starting from the left, you need to compare them, but 25 is the smallest. You count up from there. I'll cross that out. Now, we need to consider 52 and 55. 52, they both start with a 5 for the 50. You have then the next number is a 2 in the units and a 5 in units. 52 is smaller than 55 because 2 is smaller than the 5. So cross those out. We're now left with the 102 and 120. 102, they both start with the 1, so they've got the same hundreds, but then I've got 0 tens and 2, which is smaller than the 120. So the first one there, the answer, you'd have to write in order, starting with smallest, 25, 52, 55, 120. 102, 120. Okay. Part B of this one, it involves negative numbers. So you've got as -2 or -2 and -5. Again, it's got to start with the smallest number. It might be worth just considering for you a number line. The 0 divides the number line between negative numbers and positive numbers. So I'm just going to remind you, obviously you know 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. up there. Going in negatives, we start at -1, minus or -2, -3, -4, etc. going that way. So looking at that, the smallest number will be far on the left, which would be -5. So I'm going to start with -5 or -5. I've then got -2, so I'm going to put that in there. I then have 0, which we already had there in the middle. And then it's just 3 and 6. Again, only 1 mark. Therefore, you've got to get it all right or you get no marks. The next bit is slightly more difficult. And this time, I'm going to label them or draw them underneath each other in the order they are. So I've got 0.63, 0.633, 0.603, 0.6 and 0.06. Now you'll notice I've lined everything up, so I have no units there. I have the decimal point there. Then that would be the tenths. That column there is the hundredths. And the final column is the thousandths. So what I do is I start from the left and I look in. So I'm going to compare. They're all 0, so no difference there. I've then got down the 10th column, I've got a 6, a 6, a 6, a 6, and a 0. 0 is smaller than 6. So my first number I'm going to write there, because I'm looking at my smallest number, is 0.06. So I'm just going to cross that out. Okay, I'm now going to compare my next 4 numbers. I have got 0.63, 0.633, 0.603 and 0.6. The smallest one there, they've all got, again in that column there, they've all got a 6. Now, I therefore have to compare the next numbers over. So I'm now in my 100th column, so I've now got to compare that. I've got a 3, a 3, a 0, and I've got nothing. Actually, therefore that means that 0.6 is my next smallest. I do not have anything to write in the 100th column. So I'll cross that one out, and now we repeat the same process. In this column, I've still got 0.6, 0.6, 0.6, all the same. Go down to that column. I've now got a 3, 3, and I've got a 0. So that now is the smallest one. So I've got 0.603. Cross that one out. I'm now left with just comparing these two. The first column, they're the same. The second column, they're the same. So I have to look at the third column. There's nothing in that one there. So that means that is 0.63 is smaller than 0.633. Sometimes you might see people put extra zeros into it. So you could compare an extra zero there, 2 extra zeros there, and an extra zero there. So you actually could look at 0.630, 0.633. This one was 0.603. This was 0.6, but it could become 0.600, and this was 0.06 with the 0. The important thing, though, is that when you draw them in order, you use the numbers that you were given.